kind of thing. Let me start over. I'm burping like a shitload. Anyhow, all right, and action. All right, so hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. I got a couple of guests with me today. Talk about Swedish death metal. What our top 5 albums are. I know if there was demos, it'd be even harder. So that's why I decided, hey, let's do albums. I got AAREN PANTKE from Molder and Granulated, and I believe I may be missing somebody else. I'm not sure. But
what's up, man?
Yeah, and Daniel Shaw, who's known as SAWBLADE in the art world, and also he actually vocalist for Cemeterian, which is a band he and I are in. So appreciate you guys hanging out for a little bit, talking death metal. So anyhow, like I said, we're going to talk about specifically Swedish death metal albums. We have compiled a list in a very short amount of time. I asked these guys literally like 3 minutes ago if they wanted to join. So it's pretty cool of them to do that. So the way we're going to do is we're going to go 5 to 1, and everybody will talk a little bit about each one. So we'll go ahead and get started with AAREN.
All right. So first things first, this is the very first Swedish death metal band that I ever got into. When I was first getting into death metal, they just seemed to be I don't mean to be insulting, but I guess more of one of the easy listening bands. But Unleashed, Where No Life Dwells, it'll go at number 5 here on my fucking list.
It's a good one.
Very good. And vocals are fucking amazing. I love their style. Like, I understand, it's not everyone's favorite band. They get a little bit boring, I suppose, later on in their discography, but absolutely killer shit. At number 4.
Whoa. One at a time. But go ahead and do 4 since we already saw it, or I saw it.
All right, so number 4, Grave, You'll Never See. I absolutely fucking love Grave. I know everyone's go-to is the debut, but this album just smokes. I get so overlooked all the time, and I just sincerely do not know why. It is killer fucking back.
I agree. That song
track on this, fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, the song "Christ Insanity" is probably one of my favorite Grave tracks
style,
ever.
Definitely a big on Molder. Killer shit. I love the art. Everything about this record, I absolutely love.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that's a really good album. I agree. I listened to that more than the first album myself. So,
honestly, I'm neck and neck with 1 and 2. I don't know what it is about this record, but it really just does it for me.
Hell yeah, that's a good one. It's a damn good one.
At number 3, I'm gonna go Carnage, Dark Recollections.
Hell yeah.
Personally, funny enough that you asked me to do this list. As far as my crew goes, I'm really not the Swedish death metal guy. I'm not the hugest HM2 fan. There's certain bands that really do it for me, and there's certain bands that really just do not hit the mark. Usually, I'm the guy that's talking the shit because I'm an asshole. But these records, sincerely, very, very important records. But Entombed, I love. Dismember, I love. There's something that they captured on this fucking record that they just, in my opinion, did not in their separate entities. Again, another killer artwork, just everything about it. Killer tone, the drums on it, absolutely fucking massive. Killer record.
Oh yeah, dude.
Excuse me. All right. Number 2. I know that this kind of gets into some other territories genre-wise, but Merciless, The Awakening, absolutely important record to me. Dude, just fucking ferocious shit. I know it caters to the thrashers, it caters to the death metalers, it caters to the black metalers. It's just seriously just hits that itch every time I listen to it.
Yeah, it's a great band.
My old bands, we got to open for them in Chicago a few years back on their one and only US tour. And dude, they just absolutely fucking destroyed. Super awesome shit. And at number 1, I know, again, I don't know, you want to call it death metal, whatever. I fucking do. I think this is a perfect fucking record. Repugnant. I don't know if it's epitome, epitome, whatever you want to call it, but Epitome of Darkness, whole fucking thing. Absolute ripper. Full of riffs. It's got the tone. It's just fantastic fucking record. No complaints.
Yeah, no, that's I think who talks about, I think Matt Hefner, buddy Matt Hefner talks about that
Matt
album
talks
a lot.
about them.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good. So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's not I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not too familiar with it, but or as far as just what Matt tells me all the time, but hell
Definitely
yeah,
check
dude.
this record out, man. It's definitely on the thrashier side of things. It's got that I don't know how else to really put it, but it's old school, you know.
Is that the Ghost band?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I like them too, but fucking repugnant, man. I'm telling you. Check this shit out.
Yeah, no, hell yeah, dude. That's a good list. But you're talking about playing. You guys played with Merciless?
Yeah, I was in this band locally here called Nefarious.
Oh yeah.
Those dudes went on to do Rotted. I'm doing Molder, but back when that was actually our last show. We had just put out Death Beckons with Dylan on Head Split.
Wow.
Shit just wasn't really working out, which is cool. But yeah, that was our final last show, and like it was a hell of a fucking way to end shit. Aura Noir played that. It was a really, really cool show. It was sold out, super small club. All the fucking Chicago mutants were there. It was a good time.
Actually, you know what? I saw them here in Houston on that tour. Oath of Cruelty played with them. I think Matt set that show up or something. I can't remember who set it up, but they were ripping. Because I know that band's a massive influence on Oath of Cruelty. So they always talk about, especially that album.
Cheers, Matt.
The Awakening. Yeah. Cool. Awesome, man. All right, Daniel, what you got, Daniel?
All right. Starting with the bottom of the list, number 5, got God Macabre, which they were in the beginning they were Macabre in,
yes,
I believe. There's 7 inches, which I also have a little more heavier on those 7 inches. When this stuff's like to me, it's a little more atmospheric, but not in a weak way. But the drumming's still very punk, very kind of heavy D beat sound, gnarly guitar work. And yeah, man, this shit crushes to me. It came out a little late. I think it's like 93 is when this officially came out. But anyway, yeah, cool shit.
Yeah, that's Macabre Band. I remember Macabre Band. They had that 3-song 7-inch.
Yeah.
Kind of Carnage-y. Kind of if you like Carnage, I think you'll definitely like that Macabre Band 7-inch. That shit badass.
Yeah. Consumed by Darkness.
That's the one. Yes, there you go.
Yes, sir.
Then oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. We'll just go ahead and keep it that same.
Number 4 is the first Dismember album.
You just buy that today or what? It's got a sticker on it.
No, that's a Sound Plus sticker, my friend.
Yeah, I'm just dude.
$11.98. I bet this record ain't $11.98 these days. But anyway, no. This thing's pummeling. A lot of people. I had a friend back in the day that was like, that's just Left Hand Path Part 2, man. That's bullshit. And but to me, man, this thing is just it's just razor sharp. It's incredible. You had mentioned that you're talking about that show with when they toured with Suffocation.
Yeah, in '93.
That I think it was at Cardi's. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. But Overture, man, that middle break in there where they go into that pummeling riff before the solo is just, it crushes my skull every time. I love it. Yeah, I fucking love that.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway,
crushes.
Rules. Then I'm gonna go with kind of the unpopular pick. Seems like these past few times I've heard y'all talk about this. I love the first Grave record. And I can't be cool enough to say that I heard the demos first. I heard those later after this one. And they crush as well. But man, the guitar tone on this is it's just heavy. So heavy to me. Gnarly. I don't know if it's my stereo, but
could be.
It's just so crushing. I love it through and through, man. and the second one, but this is my personal favorite.
Oh, that's a good album. What is it? Day of Mourning and
Extremely Rotten Flesh.
Extremely Rotten Flesh. Yeah.
The intro to that is, oh god.
Hell yeah, dude.
Then we're going to go to number 2, Entomb Left Hand Path, and starting with well, it was with Dismember, and now this one, we're seeing a pattern here with Mr. Seagrave's artwork. That dude was all over the place, circa 90 to fucking 93, just on every album that was badass, pretty much. But
yeah,
man, I don't know if I could say anything more about this one. It hadn't been said, but it kicked me in the balls when I first heard it. I'll tell you what.
Do you, being like an artist, did you like Seagrave's type of artwork?
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, dude, I would look at this, man, and just, get really immersed in it. I'm sure a lot of other people did. I mean, I would just pretend, just walk down that fucking path and just stare at it, dude. And then years later, I noticed that, I don't know if you've noticed, his branches make a skull. I don't know if you've noticed that.
I don't know.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Yeah, if you look at the art, if you zero in right under where this bridge is, the branches form a skull face, like right in the center. Yeah, it's pretty trippy.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, man, songs like Revel in Flesh and Supposed to Rot, it's perfection, death metal perfection, man.
What does that hype sticker say?
Oh, you might remember this.
Yeah.
Swedish death metal gods, formerly nihilists, crushing guitars, mass death. I can agree with all that.
Yeah.
I don't think I needed the sticker though. I was sold when.
Yeah.
I just was sold when I saw it.
Yeah, but Earache used to put all those cool hype stickers.
I like them now. I thought it was kind of cheesy. Yeah. Oh, that was number 2. Number 1. And Aaron already talked about this, had this in his pick, but this to me, the demos are close, and some would probably argue they're better, but this thing just pummels everything. It's like a tank rolling over your fucking head. the guitars, to me, it's the top. It's the top death metal album of all LP of all time.
I mean, that's.
To me,
it's a great album.
It can't be touched. I mean, it's just, I love Left Hand Path, but this is better. I think it's heavier. And I have to say that Mr. Karki, yeah, he's heavy on here. He kind of, I don't know what it is after this album. He didn't. To me, his vocals aren't as low or something. He gets really heavy on here.
Yeah, it's a little different. It's kind of like when he sang on that Carbonized 7-inch. His vocals were really cool on that too. Yeah. So,
but and again with the Mr. Seagrave artwork, and 15, 16-year-old me was staring at this and just like, wow, that's so crazy,
Yeah. I always thought the picture of Michael Amott, like I think he was in a telephone booth or something like that.
Is that what that is?
I think so.
30 years later, I find out when I'm like, I always used to, what is he doing? Like,
I think he's talking, he's in a telephone booth, I think, if I remember correctly.
Talking to his lawyer or his agent or something.
Yeah,
maybe, right?
Something. He's like, hey man, like in 20 years, I'm gonna start a week as what's it, arch enemy or whatever this is.
Nice guy though, but Carnage Dark Recollections, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that artwork is so cool.
Hey, dude, what is it? I don't know, but it's so.
I don't know what it is either.
I stare at it, dude. I still stare at this thing. Amazing. Yeah,
it's one of those.
The music matches it. I mean,
Yeah,
one thing I wanted to say real quick, back to this Dismember as a kid. You know how it opens with that water kind of go doo, and there's like sounds like water dripping.
Yeah, like a stream.
Yeah, I would look at this. Right. I would look at this waterfall thing, and I always felt that the intro of the record really matches the cover art.
The cover, yeah.
And that was kind of a technique back then. There's other albums. I can't think of any examples right now, other examples, but you're looking at it and it's just an immersive thing, you know, while you're listening, the you know, like a little sound effect to go with the front of the fucking cover. I don't know. Brilliant shit. But
no, I agree. That's a classic album.
Those are my top picks, man.
Cool,
and I'm
man.
sure it'll change.
yeah, absolutely. Like I said,
no.
By the time this is over, you'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. Or
one thing that won't change though is the Carnage for sure. That's forever my top. Forever my top.
Oh man, cool, man. All right, well, my 5 is album. Some people may call it kind of Black Death, but I think it's full on death metal. It's evil death metal. It's one of those bands that didn't really try that Entomb sound, you know what I mean? They were kind of doing their own thing and wrote some of the like most evil, catchy ass riffs. And the vocals are really great. And I'm talking about the Nocturnal Silence by Necrophobic.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Shit's great.
Dude, this album, awesome. When I first heard this, I was like, holy shit, dude. That song, Before the Dawn, it just has these riffs that are like kind of make the hair on your arms just fucking stand up, dude. And the vocals are just like truly evil.
Shit's sick.
And they had it was one of those things, I guess, I'm trying to remember if Entomb did it, but they had like samples. Not many death metal bands had like samples in the middle of the songs. They had like they had like in the middle. I know Impetigo had like, at the beginning, but I remember on what song is it? It might be Unholy Prophecies, where it's like babies will be sacrificed on altars or some shit like that. It's just like, but this album, dude, doesn't get doesn't really get the attention.
Pick that up again. Yeah,
doesn't get the attention that I think it deserves, because I think what it came out like 93,
right?
Maybe probably. I don't remember, but
92 or 93.
It was cool because they were doing their own thing. It was kind of evil. It was, similar to like Grotesque or whatever, but who were from Sweden either. But they never put out an album, or else they'd probably be on my list too.
That EP is sick, by the way. That Grotesque EP is amazing. Oh yeah, dude.
Great, love it. This was on Black Mark. I don't know if you remember that label, Black Mark.
All the Black Mark stuff is killer.
Yeah, they put out I think it was a Bathory label, right? They put out Bathory stuff way back when. But a lot of people, to me this is my favorite stuff. A lot of people, usually I'm that demo 7-inch guy, but to me this is like perfect for them. Because I think I'm trying to remember who sang like on the EP before this, but it just doesn't have the balls. I mean, it's great, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't have the same like impact as this album had. But yeah, dude, this album.
I agree. It's a great album.
You don't know Necrophobic, Nocturnal Silence, and I mean, I'll be honest. For an album that I really love, I never really followed them too much after this for some reason. So I need to, I guess, maybe check out whatever came out after this. But this album here, dude. But maybe they broke up. I can't remember after a while. So maybe that
didn't they do an EP or something like, or was that EP before?
Yeah, it was on Wild Rats.
Yeah.
So it was called The Call, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
But no, dude, this band was so cool.
That's brutal.
I know they did, hell, they might have played Chicago. Might have been one of the rare days, I think, where they played like this album in its entirety or whatever. But they never came down here ever. So yeah, dude, Nocturnal Silence. This is a must.
Classic, yeah.
And my next one could easily be number 3 also, and I think both of you guys may have picked this. I just have the Century Media. I don't remember them putting out vinyl back then. I used to have it on tape, and I think I sold that tape and I bought it on CD. And it comes with like demos, bonus tracks too. But this is a band that happened because Nihilist broke up. You know what I'm talking about? Besides Entomb, that first Unleashed album, dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I love this album. This album kind of jumped up. It went up so high for me. Like, I've always liked it, but for some reason the riffs just are catchy as fuck on here.
It's
and that
heavy
song,
too, yeah.
Before the Creation of Time, it's got that little galloping. It's just totally badass. Now, I think Aaron mentioned it. I mean, a lot of stuff after this. The second album's got some good stuff. Shadows in the Deep.
It's got some cool riffs. It's got its parts, but overall, it's just this whole record, front to back, fucking.
This is amazing. It's amazing,
Yeah.
and it's evil. It's
demos are good too. Yeah.
Jesus Christ is no more. Yeah, dude. But fucking Johnny Hedlund, and actually, the on the demos were great too. But like I said, we're talking about albums, but this is another album cover that I thought was pretty cool. You know, something about it. It's just like you look at it and you kind of like you feel cold almost instantly. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but luckily I found this. It's got like 6 or 7 bonus songs on it, so I got lucky on that because I like to jam out in my truck all the time. So yeah, Where No Life Dwells, dude. Fucking like I said, Before the Creation of Time, Onward Into Glory Ride. This is before they got all kind of Viking-ish crap, you know what I mean? Something like so they still had evil lyrics and shit. Number 3, I think both of you guys mentioned this too. It's kind of hard. I think the top 3 kind of can be switched around quite a bit, but this one too, the first song, let me see. It was on Nuclear Blast, and remember these cool ass inserts from Nuclear Blast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love these things, dude. They're cool to look at. It's like, man, I want to order this fucking this Incubus shirt, this Master shirt. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
I may have ordered a couple things. I wish I would have ordered everything now, you know. But no, I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like an ever-flowing stream. Override of the Overture's classic death metal song. It's like one of those Hall of Fame songs, I think. That first riff, it's like forget about it. Yeah. And Bleed for Me, In Death Sleep, Sick. I mean, they're all awesome.
Nice chainsaw sound.
I think the tape version came with like 2 bonus songs back then. It was
I think it did.
It was a Carnage song and then that Defective Decay. So but I don't know if you remember, but they got in trouble for that song, for that single. Remember that single for Skin Her Alive? That 7-inch?
Those albums got confiscated, I think.
Yeah, the Skin Her Alive 7-inch, they got confiscated. Yeah. And of course, one of the coolest band pictures ever of anybody. Although it looks like they have like maybe like tomato paste or something on them, you know, but because it doesn't doesn't look, you know, too evil. But the guys in the front, I always laugh because the 3 guys in the front were like had no shirts on, and the 2 other guys in the back were like, "Fuck that, I'm keeping my shirt on." You know what I mean? But yeah, and then of course you look at the Richard with the huge ass upside down cross hanging from his neck or whatever. But yeah, I saw these guys. I think I guess you were there too, Daniel. 93, their first U.S. tour. They were so badass. I remember talking to Matty Karki for a little bit, but not too much. But they were so cool. Speaking of Matty Karki, I never understood why. And you talking about was it Rocheboro? On one of the 7-inches, it says no thanks to Matty Karki because he sucks ass or some shit like that. I never understood why they wrote that on there. I always thought that was kind of odd.
Yeah, who knows?
This album is classic.
Great riffage. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they kick ass. Now Pieces, I will say, I love the sound on Pieces better than I like it on this one.
I agree.
The guitars are like way heavy.
I agree. Should have been a whole album of that. Yeah. Yeah.
Number 2 is like what 1, 2, 3 of the guys on the Dismember album are on this. This is my second all-time favorite album. And just when you had to remember, they had like imported from England stickers and shit like the record stores.
Yeah.
But
because that was on Necrosis, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. This wasn't on Earache. It was on Necrosis. For those who don't know, that was Jeff Walker's label. From Carcass. They put out Cadaver, Electro Hippies, and I think that's it. Repulsion, yeah, of course, Repulsion. How can I forget Repulsion? But dude, I remember Dave Collier, good Dave Collier. I always tell him, dude, the fucking guitar slide to start this album is like heavier than like most albums ever written. It's ridiculous. Like, wow. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck, dude? And this alongside, I think I mentioned it before with Mortician's Mortal Massacre. This album blew out some of my speakers a long time ago too. This is one of those albums that's like, it's just so much low end on it. It's like, it's ridiculously heavy. But Torn Apart, Blasphemies of the, it's just, they even had, I think they had a song on Grind Crusher compilation at Malignant Epitaph. But yeah, dude. And then back then I always thought Matty Carkey's, I know you probably can't see it, his Carcass shirt was like the coolest. He had a Carcass shirt on. That's when I used to look at what besides Thanks List, you'd look at what the dudes were wearing. And I remember Johnny Dordovic and Michael Ament were wearing the same Entomb shirt.
Yep.
So, but yeah, dude,
classic.
I love this album. I never get tired of it. Now, my favorite, I think, y'all probably know what it is. But this album, I remember hearing it when it came out. I bought it on tape. I used to buy everything on tape.
Hell yeah.
I didn't get into vinyl. I didn't really start collecting vinyl until much later. But I used to buy everything on tape because that's what I liked. It was cheaper. You could play it on your Walkman. You can take it in your car. You can play it on a Walkman and shit like that. But I remember hearing it in the intro. And then the snare that snare hit. I was like, oh fuck, dude! Listening to this for the first time was like,
it's amazing. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are like, yeah, if anybody, you just kind of had to be there when this first started. If you didn't hear this first, I know some people may have heard like Clandestine first or whatever, which is it's an okay album, but the impact this thing had, dude, it was unreal. And of course, you can't forget the classic band picture on the back. Dude. I mean,
good.
People go there just to take a picture with that thing. You know what I mean? So and I never understood this part of the cover. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
I never understood that. I never understood what that meant.
Looks like it'd be on a Godflesh album or something, right?
Exactly. It kind of does. Yeah. It kind of does. But yeah, that classic band photo and the song Left Hand Path, and it's like, and what's crazy, I think you and I talked about it when we chatted, Daniel. They were like 16, 17 whenever they wrote this album. Insane. Yeah. Insane.
Around our age. I mean,
I was like
15, 16. I
don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was doing when I wasn't writing fucking. I wasn't writing like.
I was picking my nose.
I wasn't writing Morbid Devourment when I was 16. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell, dude? But
so classic. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But to me, this is the one that started it, and it's just.
Yeah.
It just to me, it'll never be topped, and they started a million clones. Even back then,
they did,
which is it's a testament to how fucking good this album is. But yeah, dude, even the back when you used to like read the thanks list and shit, and it was awesome.
Talking about Death Strike and shit in there, and Repulsion, and
yep, yeah, dude. But Left Hand Path for me is the definitive Swedish death metal. I remember because I had it on. I'll never forget it. We're in my buddy's older brother's car, and I think I got this, and I got Nocturnus the Key on the same day. And that fucking guitar tone comes on. I'm like, what the fuck is that? You know, it was unreal. And I can't put this back in. So
are you making a run to Sound Plus? Is that where you
No, dude, I was buying tapes. I bought this here, somewhere around here.
Oh, okay.
But it was on cassette. Like I said, I bought everything on cassette, man. I didn't start shit. I had 7 inches, right? But I never bought like albums because you couldn't get 7 inches on tape, you know?
Yeah.
So I'd rather have a tape, but 7 inch was
Sound Plus had tapes too.
Oh yeah, no, that was cool. Yeah. And Sound Plus, AAREN was probably one of the coolest like record stores in Houston. It was one of those ones that had like when all this stuff was coming out, they had
all the death metal you want in that motherfucker.
yeah, everything, dude. There was a cool store in Chicago. I remember I went it was way later. It was like 2003. It was called Metal Haven.
Oh, dude, Metal Haven's great. Unfortunately, it's no longer going. But like, yeah, Mark's a killer dude. He still runs distro shit, and he still goes to like the little metal markets that they do every once in a while. Yeah, it's cool. You know, you can still get the vinyl from them, but unfortunately, there's no storefronts any longer.
Yeah, I went there in 2003. I think it was a cool store there. You know, I think I bought like a pentagram from Chile, like a VHS tape of them playing live.
Man, cool. A lot of cool shit there, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. That was a cool place. All right, so go back to is there any honorable mentions, any other albums you think maybe like number 6 or 7 that nobody's talked about, you guys want to?
I did have a few honorable mentions.
Awesome.
Nothing against the record whatsoever, but I didn't just want it to be the go-to. It usually is for everyone, but Entomb, Left Hand Path, for sure. And dude, got Macabre, or more specifically Macabre N. I had Ken from Ken's Death Metal Crypt tell me a bad boy of this.
Nice.
This is so fucking killer. Consumed by Darkness. If you haven't heard it, check it the fuck out.
Yeah,
awesome
absolutely.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
And those are my mentions.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, Macabre and rules, dude. Daniel, you got any other ones?
Really, the only one that I would have to say, and both of you guys mentioned, was that First and Leash, because that kicked me in the balls too back then. You know, I love that thing. It's great. But other than that, I'm sure there's something else. I just can't think of it right now. But
yeah. As far, death metal-ish, there's demos and stuff like that in 7 inches, but there's other Grave. You got fucking Grave, which I didn't mention. I do like Grave. They just didn't make the top 5, you know. Who else is there? Therion had some cool stuff early on.
Dude, that first Therion, you're right, is killer, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that one.
Shit, what else is there? I can't think of anything else. There's a lot of black metal stuff, but that's for another time. But yeah, cool, man. Well, at least we didn't have all the same picks. I think everybody's number 1 was different, right? Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Just didn't want everybody to be the same. So, cause I know, you know, it's kind of towards the top. It's like it's either going to be Entomb, Grave, Dismember, or Unleashed for most people, anyway. You know? So, except Aaron, he likes Repugnant.
Yeah, dude, killer shit.
No, that's cool, dude. That's cool. That's why I asked Aaron to come on, because I knew, you know, younger guys would have a way different perspective, you know, and it's cool.
Yeah, man, like they do the HM2 without just sounding like fucking Entombed, and I really dig when people can make that sound their own and not just completely replicate it and just rehash it. It's an excellent record. Check it out for sure, man.
Cool, man. Yeah, like I said, Matt Hefner is always talking about that album.
Matt knows what's going on. You should listen to Matt.
Let's not get carried away. Cool. Well, I guess, Aaron, what do you got going on right now? I know you're busy as hell all the time. You anything you want to talk about with your bands or anything?
Oh yeah, sure. Quick plug. Mulder is going to be recording album 2 next month. We're going to do that with Scott Carroll from Cyanide and Cheyenne Brandt from Reggie's and Scott's significant other. They did a kick-ass job in the last one. I see no reason not to go back. So expect that hopefully at the end of this year. I know for sure Headsplit will be doing the tape release. I got to keep quiet about some other shit, but some big news. That'll be cool. And then Granulated, I'll be doing a full length with that. And
oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. It'll come out whenever I get around to it. But I have a lot of free time, unfortunately, or fortunately. I don't know. However you want to look at it. But later this year, for sure, there'll be a full Granulated. And my grind band, I am in Melting Rot. I play drums on that. We have a full length coming out at some point this year. I don't know when. Again, Headsplit will be doing the tape on that. Putrid actually did the artwork on it. It's fucking killer. Looks awesome.
Good buddy.
So very excited to have that shit come out. Very proud of that one. And then other than that, nothing, man. How about you? How you guys?
That's plenty. Yeah, this is the first Molder album, so if you haven't gotten it, check it out. But that Granulated stuff, I think I told you I got that CD. You sent me that CD, and that shit's great. Real catchy. I jokingly said, man, Aaron's one of those dudes that you fucking hate because he can play every instrument, but he can play it well. You know what I mean? So
I appreciate that, man. That was fun. I took some acid, went to.
Oh, broke up.
My mowers.
All right, say that again. You broke up a little bit. But
sorry. Yeah, dude. I was just saying. I dropped some acid, went to my mother's house where we practice, and I wrote and recorded everything in about 4 hours.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. It turned out great.
He's in this band Cryptum. They're on Sewer Rot Records. He mixed and mastered it, so to say. And dude, he just made it sound fucking unbelievably good. There's no reason that shit should sound like that, but it does. And it's fucking rad. I'm very happy.
It sounds great. It sounds great.
Thank you. Seriously.
Yeah, no, cool. Daniel, anything you want to? Anything you're working on? Any breaking news? I know Daniel broke the news to us that he's doing work for fucking Anthrax. Can you believe that shit?
No shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
I can't really get into details about it, but yeah, that's all wrapped up and ready to go. And I'll post about it on my Instagram when it's all finalized. But yeah, that was crazy.
I love them, man.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I'm just trying to go down the line of all the shit that's on my list to complete for people. And, that's about it.
Awesome.
I'm backed up, man. I got a shit ton of work to do. So,
yeah, and both of these guys are on Instagram. So check out their stuff. Daniel's at SAWBLADE 666 and Molder, I think, are you guys on Instagram somewhere or anything?
Yeah, but truth be told, I don't know the handle. But look for it, you'll find it.
I'll put it in the description when I'll look it up. So
sure.
That's cool. As far as me, kind of like Aaron, I'm staying real busy. This is one of those things I started doing just because I always have to be doing something all the time. So, but the Cemeterian, we're working on that. Things are going to pick up with that. So. Daniel's going to be doing the vocals for the splits that we got coming out. So hopefully
ready to record, tighten up for that one song. Record for
right.
Be for the split with
Absconder.
Absconder. Yeah.
Yeah. Brad already had
Illinois.
Yeah, dude. Nah, dude. Chicago people are my favorite people, dude. They're fucking insane. So
something in the water here.
Yeah, I mean, you got old grandpas like Scott and Mark, and then you got the younger kids like Aaron and his buddies or whatever. So it's cool. It's cool to see that kind of passed on, if you will. I guess I don't know. But anyway, all right. Well, hey man, appreciate you guys joining me. I know it was last minute, but it was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Had fun.
Good meeting you, Aaron.
Yeah, likewise. Seriously, killer art, killer vocals. Keep the shit up. And Francisco, again, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. All right, hey, just if you guys like what you see, or hey, comment what your top 5 are. I'm kind of curious what other people think, what their top 5 is.
I want to know what your least favorite Swedish death metal record of all time is.
There you go. Put that in the comments. What's your least favorite Swedish death metal Death Metal Record. Like, comment, subscribe, all that other crap. Well, yeah, Wolverine Blues. Anything after Clandestine, I guess. Anyway, all right, guys. Appreciate it. And I'll keep doing some of these. These are kind of fun to do. So.